Welcome to day 2 of 7 days of Wagtail. In this video, in this lesson, today, we're going to be adding custom fields to our homepage so that our homepage actually looks like something, so that we can actually use a content management system like Wagtail properly, because right now we're not doing that. So I just have my terminal open here, and what I'm going to do is quickly activate. I'm going to source venv bin activate. I'm inside of my virtual environment. And what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to create a new session here using tmux. You don't have to worry about this part. I just want you to be able to see this sort of side by side. And let's put these on top of each other. And let's once again do source. We need to get inside of our virtual environment, venv bin activate. And let's do the same thing in this terminal. So all I'm doing is using basically two windows side by side. It's nothing fancy. You don't have to worry about how this works. You can always just open up a new command line window as well. I just have mine in the same window, that's all. So source venv bin activate, and I've got two windows. They're both inside of the virtual environment. Now the top one, nope, I lied. The bottom one, I'm going to run python manage.py run server on 000. That's going to be our local host, and that's going to be running on port 8000. I think I said 000. I think I meant 0.0.0.0. Okay, so we have Django running on the bottom, and at the top we can have something happening. We're going to be using this moving forward. So in the next few days, when you see this setup, just assume that I've already gotten into my virtual environment and that you should do the same thing, and that I'm just running two windows side by side, two command line windows side by side. That's all I'm doing. Now let's go ahead and open up VS Code, and we have this file here called models.py. It's inside of our home. So we've got home models.py, and in here we can add something new. So let's go ahead and add a banner title, and I just deleted past there because, well, it's just a Python thing, just means don't worry about the indentation for a quick second. And we're going to do models.charfield max length is equal to, let's say, 100. Now I'm going to show you how this works with Wagtail. So right away, we're going to be adjusting our database. And so anytime you see models dot, a char field, foreign key, title field, anything like that, that's going to be modifying our database. And whenever we modify the database, we need to go back to our terminal here, and we need to type python manage.py make migrations. And what this is going to do is create a brand new file for us. And this is, at this point, it's asking me if I want to default, so I'm going to quit. But this is going to create a brand new file for us that allows us to then provision the database further, to customize it further. And so I want a default in here because this already exists. So it needs some sort of default. This homepage already exists. And so it needs a default. And we could say, welcome to my homepage. That's all it needs to say. Now, if I make migrations, it's not going to ask for a default. It creates a new file called 0003 homepage banner title.py. Now that's just the file. What we need to do is python manage.py migrate, and that's going to apply this file to our database. And so it says that it's been applying 0003 homepage banner title. It was okay. Everything was all right. Let's go back to our admin in here, and we don't see anything. Nothing has changed. And that's how Wagtail is set up. And that sort of keeps things efficient. That keeps things simple for your content editors. So what we need to expose this with a page panel. So what we can say now is content panels is equal to page.content panels plus, and then we're just going to append a list here. And we're going to use a field panel, and we're going to import this in just a second. And this is going to be the banner title. And this banner title matches right up here on line 7. So it has to have the same name, but this is taking a string, and this is a field panel, which we need to import now. And this is going to make it editable for us in our Wagtail admin. So we can do from Wagtail .admin .edit handlers import field panel. Did I get that right? I did. And so just wait for Django to restart in just a quick hot second. And let's go ahead and refresh. And there we go. It says, welcome to my homepage. Now, that's cool. We can edit this some more. That was just the default. We could say, welcome to 7 days of Wagtail. Let's go ahead and publish this. Now on our homepage, that was step 1. Step 2 is, actually working with the homepage template itself. Now it doesn't say anything in here. Let's go ahead and make it say something. So in our homepage, let's also delete our welcome page. We don't need that anymore. That just comes default with Wagtail. It's a nice little hello, welcome to Wagtail page. We don't need it anymore. Under hello world, let's go ahead and give this a banner title. Let's give this like an H3 element. And what we can do is say page dot, and then if we go back to our models.py, it's called banner title. So we've got page dot banner title, page dot banner title. And so I'm using the double curly brace here, or mustache syntax is what I like to call it. So this just tells Django while it's rendering the template to use a variable called page dot banner title, or page is actually the object, and then this is the property. So let's go ahead, save that, and let's refresh the page. And when I zoom in, it says welcome to 7 days of Wagtail. And we can go ahead and edit this once more. Testing, 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 a bunch of stuff in there. Testing a new title. And it works. Now, if you haven't ever used Wagtail before, all I did was go into Pages and then Home. And there's 2 ways to get here. You can either click on Home and then click on Edit, or you can click Pages and then click the Edit icon. It's going to bring you to the exact same edit view regardless. If you ever wanted to preview your page, you could always click Preview. And if you ever wanted to not actually save your entire work entirely and make it public, what you could do instead is you could just save a draft. And so let's go ahead and pretend we're saving a draft. And lastly, when you're ready for the whole world to see your work, you can publish your page. Now we're going to be publishing our page by default, just moving forward. Now at this point in time, if you have done this, if you have added some sort of banner title, a custom field with some custom text, and it shows up on your page, just like this, then you have successfully edited your homepage. Now again, this is not a beautiful style website at this point, and I'm going to leave that up to you, but we want to deal with the functionality of Wagtail. And again, that's because I don't know if you're going to be using Bootstrap or Tailwind or Foundation, or if you're going to roll your own CSS and JavaScript. I just have no idea. And so Wagtail by default is pretty unopinionated about how you use the front end. It doesn't really care. All it cares about is that the data is intact and it is accessible in an easy to maintain and easy to access manner. All right, tomorrow in day 3 of 7 days of Wagtail, we are going to be creating a brand new page type with a brand new template. We're going to add some custom fields to it. So we're going to basically do what we did here, but we're going to start from scratch. And this is going to be a very, very important lesson because you're going to be doing this a lot with Wagtail sites.